So when I tell people that I speak Spanish or they see me speaking Spanish, they're like, "Oh man, that's so cool. Oh man, I wish I could speak Spanish, man." But I just I wasn't good at it, or I just should have learned when I was younger, or things like that. And then I'll ask you like, I ask like, why do you want to speak Spanish? And then I'll hear like, I want to know if they're talking about me. That's one. But then I also hear like, oh, I want to find, like a significant other or a new job, all these things, right? New job, things like that. I want to travel. So, I'm just here to say, man, like, it's really a beneficial thing if you learn Spanish. Um, I just want to talk about it. That if you learn Spanish, you're gonna be able to connect with the diaspora, right? There are Spanish speaking Black people all around the world, especially Latin America. And when I look at the data, like most Black people go to, like if it's not Africa, a lot of times it's Mexico. A lot of times it's Mexico or Colombia, Dominican Republic, things like that, Panama, and these are Spanish speaking countries. You know what I'm saying? So like, it would behoove us to speak Spanish. Now, I hear things, and these are facts about the anti-blackness within the Latino community. Well, I just want to say this, right? Don't let that hinder you from learning Spanish because hell, there's a lot of anti-black motherfuckers that speak English, and we still speak that. You know what I'm saying? So, damn that, we got to let's learn Spanish, and then we can build with our own brothers and sisters, and we can talk to them. We ain't got to talk to anybody's anti-black. Damn them. As a matter of fact, there is a. I need to find her TikTok account, but I follow her, and she's always saying like these positive. It's like a. She's Afro Latina. I believe she's from. Is she from Colombia? I can't remember. Maybe she's from, I can't remember, but she always saying like positive things. She's always like saying like good things about the diaspora. She like wants spread love and things like that. And it's like, man, it's so sad that like a lot of people aren't receiving these positive affirmations because they don't speak Spanish. And then you'll also see that a lot of things that they deal with, we deal with, right? So we'll be able to build our connection with them, right? So that's one thing, right? The other thing is that Spanish is as they call it, a romantic language, right? It's a Spanish language of love. And like how I like to talk about it is that Spanish allows you to express yourself in more ways, right? Like when it's certain songs that I listen to in Spanish that just hit me in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like when I listen to the Bad Bunny song, Baile Inolvidable, like so it means like unforgettable dance. I mean, man, I just sometimes I just get teary eyed, man, because it's so beautiful, man. It's such a powerful song, and it's like, man, I just if I didn't know Spanish, if I didn't understand Spanish, I wouldn't have this moment. I wouldn't be able to understand it. And I just get overwhelmed with just joy and emotions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just a great feeling to have, and I just wish more of us had that experience as well, because it's just so much things we're missing out on, or and things we're not engaged with, or things that we can put our input in as well and make them even more beautiful, right? The next one is, obviously money, right? Just be honest with you. Speaking another language is going to make us just, you know, formidable, competitive in a lot of different areas. Um, Spanish market is growing vastly globally. There's a ton of need for that speak English and Spanish. I think it said that America would be the largest Spanish speaking country by 2060. So whatever the hell's going on, by the time you see this video, it's 2025. A lot of people I talk to about this say, "Oh, I don't know about." No, I don't care what's going on. It's still growing, and it's gonna keep growing. I mean, if you actually look at the stats, the largest Spanish speaking, I don't know if y'all heard it. So if you look at the stats, the largest Spanish speaking country, I mean, excuse me, the largest Spanish speaking city in North America is Mexico City. Number two is Los Angeles. So I mean, it's already there. And then I think like New York and Chicago and like Houston and Dallas, like all these are already like top. They're like top 10. I think Miami's like top, like somewhere in there, right? So it's like it's already here. You're not. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens. You can't fight influence. You can't fight what's going on. Spanish is not a foreign language to Americans. It's not. It's pretty much here. It's not foreign. It's domestic. I mean, half of America was Mexico at one point. So, and that's the next point I want to get into, right? Discovery. There's so many things that I found out about that when now that I know Spanish, there's so many things I found out. Like I didn't know that the second president of Mexico was black. I didn't know that. That was crazy. Like he came, his like mother was a slave, and his father was like, like a Spanish aristocrat, I believe. If I'm chopping up somebody, my apologies. But like, I would have never came across that information if at the time, because I think it just came up in conversation, like just in my studies of me learning Spanish, it just came up once. I was like, oh damn, wow, that's crazy. I had no idea. I would never came across that. Other things, like the genocide of like Argentina, the Blanqueamiento, where like they basically just heavily reduced the black population in Argentina. I think Chile as well. Would have never known about that. Would never came across that. So, and then I learned about like Venezuelan history. So it's like when people talk about Venezuela's communists and things like that. But if you actually look into it, it's things like that. It's a lot of other things like Cuba. It's like American imperialism that's like harming and starving and destroying these nations. You wouldn't get that anywhere else. And a lot of these like revolutionaries, a lot of these leaders, a lot of their works are in Spanish. And I was reading some from Che Guevara. It was about like guerrilla warfare, and I read the English version that was translated. It just don't hit the same. Like you can just, I don't know, it just doesn't like English translated text from something so emotionally charged and so something so powerful, something that you really like somebody really put their heart and soul in. You want to read it. You want to be able to read it in its original language because a translated version, it's like yeah, you get the information, but it's like you don't get the impact, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So if you're a Black American watching this video, you should definitely make learning Spanish a priority. And if you want to learn it even faster, you should check out my Spanish learning system. Link in the description box below. It's $27. It's a lot of value, tons of value, and a lot of people loving it. So y'all get it now while the price is where it's at. So I'll catch y'all later. It's your boy Lou, man. Y'all be easy. Peace.